LG hasn't had the best year when it comes to smartphones. Despite some innovative ideas, its G5 was not exactly well received. But LG has more than one smartphone line, and the newest in the V series has more than a few tricks under its unassuming shell.
Not consumption. The V10 wasn't all that well received, even understanding that it was clearly for more of a niche market than the G4 or the G5. So now with the V20, we have a phone that integrates many of the design details from the G5 while also retaining and enhancing the V10's tentpole features. First, there's a dramatic shift in hardware design. Gone are the Duraskin rubbered back and harsh corners, replaced by a G5-esque treated metal facade that wraps the entirety of the phone. It feels solid without the off-putting ruggedness of the V10, while also being narrower, thinner, and dramatically lighter, though it still seems rather bulky next to the extra svelte Galaxy Note 7.
It does feature the same durability rating as the V10. On the other hand, the V series is supposed to be LG's extreme phone, and this design doesn't even hint at its crazy capabilities. I guess I just wanted something more memorable. LG comes through for the target audience of power users, though. Push a button on the side and you'll see that the V20 offers the increasingly rare removable battery. Also, there's microSD expansion for beefing up the onboard storage, and the phone is built on a foundation of specs solid enough for all but the most extreme users. And it's not just a scattershot spec dump. As with the V10, the V20 is all about optics and audio. On the back, two cameras sit side by side, one for wide-angle shots and the other for high-resolution ones. If the phone works as claimed, you should get some of the steadiest videos around with the V20, because it uses a new blend of optical and digital stabilization, as well as a hybrid focus system that uses laser ranging, phase detection, and contrast detection. Now, all that tech talk word salad means you should be able to focus faster and in more conditions. You've also got manual controls for everything under the sun, as well as a bunch of film effects to spruce up your shots.
Sensor button combo is gone as well, replaced by a better setup not unlike the G5s, including moving the volume keys to the side of the phone. The second screen makes its return on the front, above a really great looking Quad HD 5.7-inch display. It also manages to retain a removable battery, which is now 3200 mAh, behind a latched metal door without compromising the feel of the phone. Imaging is still a huge part of the V20.
But one thing really stood out to me. LG has improved the AOP of its microphones this year. That means the V20 should be able to record clearly in extremely loud environments, which might make this your new concert camcorder, if you're one of those hosers who ruins my view at shows with your cell phone. Oh, but important, that Bang & Olufsen branding you see? Don't get too excited about it if you're in the US. That custom tuning will not be available in the North American version. Finally, the V20 is the first flagship shipping with Android N out of the box, and its improvements are welcome. LG's software skin is less so, but at least I didn't detect much lag or stutter in my brief time with the device. LG claims Nougat's power management will give the V20 20% better battery life than the V10, despite having only about a 7% larger power pack. And yep, the secondary display is back. The little ticker panel is almost twice as bright and features better contrast than last year's, but honestly, I still think it's in the wrong place. On a phone this big, an extra screen should be at the bottom, if you ask me. With the V20, LG has stuck to an existing formula instead of reinventing the wheel. We'll see if it pays off, and whether another smartphone for AV aficionados has a place in the market when it goes on sale later this year.
Megapixel f1.8 camera with OIS on the back, and it's paired up now with an 8-megapixel wide-angle camera, giving you all kinds of shooting options. It also offers laser, contrast, and phase detect autofocus, and the cameras are supported by awesome manual shooting modes and enhanced video stabilization software. Audio is once again a standout feature as well. Not only can the V20's microphones handle an even higher range of audio when you're recording video, it also can output hi-fi level audio thanks to the new 32-bit quad DAC. The rest of the internals round out as you'd expect. A Snapdragon 820 processor is supported by 4GB of RAM, and you'll find an ample 64GB of internal storage augmented by an SD card slot. The LG V20 is also the first phone to ship with Android 7.0 Nougat, though you wouldn't know it at first. The software experience is very similar to that of the G5. The notification shade and settings have been tuned up a little bit, but otherwise you're looking at a familiar interface here. Nougat brings you proper multi-window support and the underpinnings for better security and improved battery life, but other than that you're going to be looking at what you normally get from LG with Marshmallow. So with its big screen, slick hardware, and piles of advanced features, the V20 is easily set to appeal to far more people than the V10 ever did. It's also just an overall better phone than its predecessor. The real question is if the V20 has enough going for it to pull people away from the sleeker Note 7, or from getting most of the same experience in a smaller package with LG's own G5. It certainly has a far better shot than the V10 ever did.